Hey, I'm Jason Morris from Westside Family Church in Lenexa, Kansas. I am Global Innovation Pastor here. I think that one of the things that we're discovering now in COVID season is that there are a lot of really great tools that we have at our disposal that we perhaps have ignored or didn't leverage like we could have. The church, the Big C Church, has awakened to the internet in ways that 3-4 months ago didn't exist. Like, I don't know if you know this, but Facebook was brought to its knees on various Sunday mornings because of what the church was doing in awakening itself to broadcasting online. We're forced right now to, during COVID season, use online tools exclusively for the most part. And it reminds me a little bit of a passage in 2 John where John's writing and he says, I have a lot of things that I want to write to you, and I'm not going to write everything to you because I hope to see you face to face so that our joy can be full. I'm not saying that face to face isn't better, but the question really is, better for whom? Because it was better for John and the people that he was writing, but what about everybody else? Because you see, in 2 John, we have that book in the Bible right now, which means John didn't stop writing. He didn't put his letter away because face-to-face was better. He did both. And I'm so grateful that he did, because if he hadn't have done both, we wouldn't have the book of 2 John right now. Just like in the book of 2 John, there was a whole group of people that John wasn't even thinking about. And I know that as pastors, God has wired us to think about the people that he has entrusted to us. And that's a good thing. I'm not saying that that's bad. Here's what I am saying though. Because of the way that I see people going to church online during this COVID season, people that would normally never go to church at all, that would never go to a physical building, they're doing it online, chances are they're listening to you. And they're listening to the way that you are talking about Jesus. You have two things that are occurring. You have people that are reticent to show up to a building. And you have people that are checking you out and hearing about Jesus online. Now, during COVID season, that just totally accelerated. And post-COVID season, that's still going to be the case. Because people are going to be reticent, even more reticent, to show up physically. Those people that would have never showed up anyway to your physical building. And because now they've been forced to through work and everything else, they're forced to get familiar with tools that they weren't familiar with 3 months ago. Now they already know how to use this stuff. They're going to be using it all the more to be checking out faith online. And I hope that you will be there. And Jesus has you on this planet for a reason. Because there is someone still that he wants you to reach. There is someone still that he wants you to disciple. Because if you're not dead, you're not done. There are people that you've probably already ministered to online that would love the opportunity to continue to do so under your authority and with your blessing. I don't want to be preaching to people that could already do something else. I want to talk to people who don't know Jesus. And I'm telling you, the people who don't know Jesus are not the people that are coming to church when COVID regulations and the stay-at-home order lifts. Those aren't those people. They're online, and you're already probably reaching them, and you may not even know it. And all I'm saying is, do not be weary in well-doing. Because I know it's tough right now, and I know it's hard, but do not be weary in well-doing, for in due season you will reap if you faint not. And you don't have to do this by yourself. You probably have volunteers that would love to have this opportunity. People who know a little bit of tech, people that might be a little bit introverted, that on stage would never do anything, but online they are rock stars. Those are the types of people that are going to be your best people when it comes to online. And you can just leverage them and let them run with it. So here's what I'm saying. Yeah, you probably, for some of you, you're just using church online stuff because you had to and it was just a temporary interim measure. Hopefully, you're learning now how to play chess without your queen. And you're probably realizing that little pawn, if you move that guy all the way down the board, he can turn into a queen all by himself. And that is what church online truly is. He might be a little pawn that you're using right now, but the potential that you can have, not only for the people who are scared to come back to the building because they don't want to put some of their family at risk, and you can still maintain that connection with them online, and not only for those people who know that they are at risk, especially the elderly and the immunocompromised. They're really having a hard time of thinking, dude, how am I going to be staying connected to your church? Online. That's the way to do it. You have a bunch of people who are now considering going to your church and they're checking you out online. That online presence is so important. And not only that, they're not checking you out for your content. And this is something real important that you need to understand too. Online ministry is so much more than just content. What they're really looking for is relationship. What they're really looking for is community. Because we don't live in a content scarce environment anymore. Because content is everywhere, just a Google away. And probably better content than what we can give them. Here's what you can't give them with Google though. Connection. Community. Yeah, you can get content, but what about that community? What about that connection? That's why they're checking you out. And that's why church online, more than just a video, is so important, because you are giving them a glimpse of what your community feels like, not what your content is like. And the community is what they're really looking for. That's what their soul is starving right now. And that's why they're coming to you. And I want to see lots of people come to know Jesus because of you. So don't be weary in well-doing, for in due season you'll reap if you faint not.